Back now to our continuing coverage of the Menendez brothers' latest attempt at freedom. Eric Menendez's parole hearing was today. The purpose of that hearing to determine if Eric Menendez would be a danger to society if he's released.
Yeah, the hearing for Lyle Menendez will happen separately tomorrow. Kathy Vara spoke with a forensic psychologist to find out how this all works. Kathy.
Really interesting. The parole board members who will consider the Menendez brothers' suitability for release have many factors to consider. Chief among them, do they pose a danger if released?
So when someone is being considered for release to the community from a locked setting, we want to evaluate certain risk factors that have been demonstrated by research to be relevant to the question of whether somebody is potentially going to reoffend in a violent manner.
Although she's not privy to information in the Menendez case, we asked forensic psychologist Dr. Anna Kafka to break down what is being considered in today and tomorrow's parole hearings. The discussion taking place right now with a parole board behind closed doors.
It needs to be done by somebody who has specific training in violence risk assessment because it's its own animal.
The parole board has to balance allowing a rehabilitated person the chance to re-enter society versus the risk of that person reoffending.
Some of the factors that they will be looking at in situations like these are the static risk factors, meaning ones that don't really change if they have a history of violence, for example, if they have a substance abuse problem, if they've had problems in relationships.
We know Eric and Lyle Menendez had their risk assessment changed recently from low to moderate because of their history of violating prison rules, including possessing illegal cell phones, among other things. But the board will also consider dynamic risk factors, things that might have changed in prison. The Menendez brothers have taken part in rehabilitative programs.
Do they have coping skills? Are they able to handle stressors that may come up? Are they going to find themselves in a situation that previously led them to violence? And if so, do they have a way to manage that?
Things that could reduce risk include family support. The Menendez family has regularly showed support for the brothers, even speaking out about sexual abuse they allegedly faced at the hands of their father.
We also look at what somebody will be returning to when they go to the community and how we expect they're going to handle that.
Dr. Kafka says assessing critical risk is an enormous responsibility that the board will be taking very seriously.
You have to approach this work as a perfectionist to really, when you're making sure I'm evaluating these relevant risk factors, I'm evaluating them accurately.
And we do have to note that anyone who is granted parole will still be subject to monitoring, and there could be restrictions on where they live, work, and even travel. Colleen, back to you.
Kathy, thank you. And join us tonight for the case Menendez brothers. We'll break down this parole decision, what comes next, and highlight the impact of this high-profile saga. We're streaming it live tonight at 8 o'clock on our NBC Los Angeles News.